This is Informer News, your voice of the people. Timeline is Sunday, the 3rd of May, 2015. Welcome along, my friends, to another edition of Informer News, monthly special report. Coming up in this month's broadcast, an extraterrestrial message to the people of this planet, including a new timeline for the return of Planet X Nibiru. Also, engineer and inventor reveals diagrams of a free energy system that, if implemented, could well make Earth a pure paradise. Okay, into this month's Informer News special reports. This first report, that claims to be from an extraterrestrial source, was sent to me the other week, and it reveals a new timeline for Planet X Nibiru's return and other top secret info. The message starts, "Hello Phil, we hope you are well. We will use English language in speaking with you. Forgive any mistakes we do make, because it is not our native language. We do speak all languages on Temir Earth, but this language is best suited for you. First, there are no secrets among intelligence agencies in the world. Do not even believe in encryption. It is simply a human joke on the people to make them believe they have privacy. They do not. None at all. All information, whether your phone, computer, whatever, is recorded. All of it. Every single communication. This is stored in several areas, the biggest being in the USA, in Utah. We do ask you to keep our email to yourself and simply refer us to as some friends in the know. You may refer us to as fallen angels as well, but this is an incorrect translation from a corrupt Bible rewritten by your human controllers, who did take out most of the important parts and added some things to simply control you. A simple example would be a good boy and go to heaven, be a bad boy and go to hell. This is very amusing to us. We are pure hybrids. We have been here much longer than humans, and we watch over Tamir and all animals. We observe humans, but have not interfered with your progression. There have been many occasions, however, when we did stop nuclear or atomic bombs. Your psychopathic leaders did want to use on their own people. This will no longer be allowed, as the destruction to the planet has hit a level we will not tolerate anymore, and all of your governments do know this. Also, many crazy Christians call us fallen angels out of ignorance and say we are demonic. Nothing could be further from the truth. We're among you, but you could not see any difference in us as we were the contact lenses in public. Now, there are many factions of your Illuminati. It is not a simple matter, but many Illuminati groups who together control all humans and keep them in a prison of death without the walls. 1. The Greys do work with your Illuminati controllers in secret locations, deep below the ground, off limit to anyone without very high security clearance. Each human who has clearance carries a penalty of death if they do reveal their knowledge publicly, like Mr. Phil Schneider and many others. They have many agreements in the past with your leaders, and most times they do break these agreements, trading their throwaway technology of many years ago in exchange for a limited number of humans. This has been going on for thousands of years in secret, but did become a public agreement and treaty in the American President Eisenhower. It was at this time all governments sold out what remained of any freedom you once had. The military and corporations were more interested in the technology for aggressive weapons and profits instead of what it was intended for. 2. Nibiru. All humans are wrong in this subject's timeline. The main effects will be on November the 16th, 2018, but much will happen before this, including World War III. This has been planned by your leaders for over 100 years. The cataclysmic events of Nibiru will last 9 hours, but the effects will be permanent and you will have to start over. And this is why the domes were built. Technology was provided to your leaders in exchange for a certain and specific number of what you call everyday persons would get admission, as well as certain specific leaders. Your leaders did not keep to the treaty and sold all units underground for billions of dollars to the people who could pay the admission cost. This is okay with us, as these domes will now become their death house because all the psychopaths will be underground, and we do know every inch of the location and will destroy all of them. Yes, it will destroy much of the surface of Tamir, like it did in the time of Noah. This time we will be the ark of the good humans who do care and love one another. All of the lights, orbs you are seeing in the sky are our ships, and we await and observe you all. There is nothing humans can do, as our technology is currently 1.2 million years ahead of yours. Your governments and leaders know this as well. We are not a secret to them at all, but they did make a new treaty with another species, which we have already destroyed, all of them, as no others can come here without the permission of Her Royal Majestic Queen. This is not to be confused with your Queen of England, who does still own the Americas without their knowledge, and most of the taxes the Americans do pay goes to the Queen, as so since the formation of the new colonies there. Also, much money does go to the Illuminati to build new advanced weapons to keep control over you. 3. Now a question you did not ask. We would like to make clear for you so you may help your listeners understand. Your history as written is not true. There are some who have studied it and did figure out the most accurate, but most of what you all have been taught since birth is a lie, simply to control you. To make a long history short, a very long time ago there were angels who did come to the surface of the earth, or were here already. This is true. They did have human women for the purposes of reproduction, as you still do today. All of these children do stay on the planet of Tamir and have many hidden abilities. They learn of and are taught at age 12. However, most have lost these abilities through the many generations of human reproduction. There are still many families, though, who have remained together, and they are the special children, and their parents you see today are always above the levels of your average human. They know who they are, and there are some things being done now to help them use these abilities. You call them indigo children or crystal children, and we have been locating them as they came from us, and will be taken up off of the surface or hidden deep below ground in our cities, which do go deep under the surface before the arrival of Nibiru. The young boy's name, which I can't disclose due to do so would put his life in jeopardy, contacted us using telepathy before his father did teach him of our ways and abilities. His father did not know of his abilities, so we did contact him and go to see him in a city in Florida. Our ships were captured on closed-circuit security camera and was put on national TV. He became our messenger. Together, between his father and us, we do protect him until the time comes when he is needed. In the future, he will rise up and his abilities will be known, as he has been chosen to lead the humans. we do remove from the surface before Nibiru, and when he returns, he will lead you in the rebuilding process. He already has all of our abilities, and we do speak and continue to teach him for his preparation. Now this should end all the demonic things being said about us. If it was not for us, the American president would have attacked his own country with weapons from Dyess Air Force Base, which was safely recovered. We now watch the planet Tamir, animals and the humans. We are a very peaceful entity. You call us aliens or ETs, which is not correct, as we were here long before you. Many left and then some returned to protect Tamir. We also left many monitoring devices under the ground, on the surface and in low Earth's orbit. The satellite called Black Knight is ours, and it is 10,000 years old. We hope this helps you through the things people say. They have no knowledge at all, and their belief in false things or things written to make you believe the wrong things are from the true evil people, and they are your leaders from thousands of years ago, and their multiple generations of children. You are aware of these families now, as they control all governments and pollute the humans with poisoned water, food and drugs. This is all done on purpose so you can no longer activate your pineal gland, which is the key to knowledge and connection with other dimensions. At this point I was given some disturbing information of how this Nibiru event will affect the UK, so I've decided to withhold this information as not to scare you. As for Nibiru, I've gone against the source's wishes that this should not be disclosed. The events of Nibiru should probably not be mentioned, as well as this will scare humans to a degree. That's what the source stated. They may not be able to handle. We realize there are many humans spreading messages, all inaccurate, so this news is out there. But perhaps you should wait for a while or correct the disinformation or inaccurate information. 5. Free energy. We did give you the knowledge of free energy for all of the humans from our hybrid friend Nikola Tesla. Yes, he was a hybrid, and both your governments and the governments of the USA and Russia did know this. This energy has been available and was used 28,200 years ago, as you were once more advanced than you are today. This is not Nibiru's first time around. It has been suppressed by Mr. Morgan and his friends, as well as descendants through to today. 6. The secret space program. Yes, there has always been life on Mars, Moon and many other planets. The American NASA is a CIA cover story to hide this, with fake landings on the Moon. Humans have traveled to these locations, but not on anything human-made. First, none of your tin cans could protect you from the intense radiation. Simply look at the re-entry vehicles from the Apollo missions and ask yourself if this looks like it could get you back from the Moon. It could not get you to McDonald's for a hamburger. Currently there are 3 species on Mars, totaling approximately 14,600, which does include a few trusted humans since 1960. The Moon is a very busy place and nothing like what you were taught. If you went with us to the Moon, it would take only a very short time, and our biggest problem would be finding a parking place. There are thousands of our ships there waiting. We also have bases below the surface of Tamir, as well as under the sea. Also, it has been captured on telescopes with recording abilities, the shooting of ships in space. This is us killing the species the Illuminati made a secret agreements with. These psychopaths had shot at us many times, but most times they never interfere with us because we do not miss, and when we hit your ships they are vaporized like the Twin Towers of the NYC in 1 second. No planes hit any building, and the Illuminati did that to their own people with some friends who have the best intelligence service of the humans. All governments know this, but remain silent in fear of their own deaths. Even the American military knows who really did it, but chose to become traitors to their own people. This is why we will allow that they plan to do to their own humans to happen. Humans are too afraid to take care of their own problems. We say there are approximately 320 million Americans and approximately 1,100,000 Illuminati. So what is the problem? We will intervene when the humans are ready to accept our help and stop the demonic entity crap. If you want to see our ships, go to a town of some size with your binoculars and look up. They will be shimmering and round in shape. We are over every part of the human population worldwide. Take a picture of what you see and include it in your video. There will be some over your area this week for you to take pictures of. Look up at 10 o'clock in the time zone you live in and you will see some of our ships for you. Sadly enough, I went out at night at the time stated by the source and looked up at the sky and I saw nothing. I had a video camera, I had a 35mm camera, I had my binoculars, but I saw nothing. So if the source is listening to this information, the only way you can really give us some guarantee that this information you're passed on to us is correct is for us to see your ships. And the only way to do this is for you to instruct them to come in closer and let the people of this planet see them and photograph them and film them. So that's the informer's conclusion, my friends. So, is this a case of genuine alien contact? Or is it a NASA CIA disinfo machine in operation? That, my friends, is up to you to decide. This same source also sent me this following report titled Free Energy Technology, and this originates from Google Plus channel Joseph Santana Hybrid Human Planet. Hello, I'm the engineer and inventor of all these technologies on this Google Plus page. Due to the many emails sent to me requesting the functionalities of my technology, here shows in plain images, I decided to use the space below each image to explain to all of you, the viewers, the main reasons, functions and advantages involved around such systems. First, the reason for these technologies is more than clear: environmental clean energy. Second, the functions are magnetic, wind, solar, water, earth waves, thermal and CMF pressure, working in a chain reaction in order to accomplish the required mission of clean energy production. Third, the advantage of these technologies is very simple: one-time cost, clean, renewable, free energy, and live forever. My technologies are not for those who believe they can obtain free energy by investing $10 or $50 in some kind of funny bottle of water, believing they will save the world from the coming catastrophe, or those who believe that by turning on an LED that will illuminate the world. I don't live in the world of charlatans. Free energy does exist. However, to obtain the free energy, a major investment in special equipment must be made, just like those wind generators standing at many fields, or the many solar panels placed at many deserts and homes, or the oil platform in the middle of the oceans. Those images without special comments here are just self-explanatory and do not require any written text at all, but self-imagination. So welcome to the Teseka, the Santana effect in chain reaction. Okay, my friends, what I'm going to do now is post some of the information and images on the screen behind me. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit them all in because I think there's over 100 segments. But what I will do is post the entire link to this report on my website, endtimes23.com. There's a live link to my website near the end of this video, and you'll be able to take your time at going through all this information and look at these incredible images in detail. Okay, let's have the first image. Okay, my friends, you're all invited to join this channel by subscribing to End Times 23, which is a totally free subscription service. You're also invited to add me as a friend on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and join me on my Google Plus timeline. All the links are under this video. All this week's news links can be found on my website, endtimes23.com. There's a live link near the end of this video. Well, that's your lot for this month's Informer News special report, my friends. So until next month at the same time, this is your Informer signing off. Friends, I'll see you on the flip side. Reveals diagrams of a free energy system that, if implemented, could well make Earth a pure paradise. Okay, into this month's Informer News special reports. This first report, that claims to be from an extraterrestrial source, was sent to me the other week, and it reveals a new timeline for Planet X Nibiru's return and other top secret info. The message starts: "Hello Phil, we hope you're well. We will use English language in speaking with you. Forgive any mistakes we do make, because it is not our native language. We do speak all languages on Temir Earth, but this language is best suited for you. First, there are no secrets among intelligence agencies in the world. Do not even believe in encryption. It is simply a human joke on the people to make them believe they have privacy. They do not. None at all. All information, whether your phone, computer, whatever, is recorded. All of it. Every single communication. This is stored in several areas, the biggest being in the USA, in Utah. We do ask you to keep our email to yourself and simply refer us to as some friends in the know. You may refer us to as fallen angels as well, but this is an incorrect translation from a corrupt Bible rewritten by your human controllers, who did take out most of the important parts and added some things to simply control you. A simple example would be a good boy and go to heaven, be a bad boy and go to hell. This is very amusing to us. We are pure hybrids. We have been here much longer than humans, and we watch over Tamir and all animals. We observe humans, but have not interfered with your progression. There have been many occasions, however, when we did stop nuclear or atomic bombs. Your psychopathic leaders did want to use on their own people. This will no longer be allowed, as the destruction to the planet has hit a level we will not tolerate anymore. And all of your governments do know this. Also, many crazy Christians call us fallen angels out of ignorance and say we are demonic. Nothing could be further from the truth. We're among you, but you could not see any difference in us as we were the contact lenses in public. Now, there are many factions of your Illuminati. It is not a simple matter, but many Illuminati groups who together control all humans and keep them in a prison of death without the walls. 1. The Greys do work with your Illuminati controllers in secret locations deep below the ground, off limit to anyone without very high security clearance. Each human who has clearance carries a penalty of death if they do reveal their knowledge publicly, like Mr. Phil Snyder. This is Informer News, your voice of the people. Timeline is Sunday, the 3rd of May, 2015. Welcome along, my friends, to another edition of Informer News monthly special report. Coming up in this month's broadcast, an extraterrestrial message to the people of this planet, including a new timeline for the return of Planet X Nibiru. Also, engineer and inventor